The link between Zeno and the Grand Priest has been a mysterious plot point ever since the characters were introduced in Dragon Ball Super. However, a new bit of information from the Dragon Ball Super Manga sheds some very interesting light on that relationship. We've got to talk about it. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. Hey, real quick, if you love Dragon Ball, subscribe to this channel. We're going to be covering Dragon Ball in all of its capacities, including Dragon Ball Super, as we head toward the October 8th special and beyond, and as we move closer to Dragon Ball FighterZ. So subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell if you're already a subscriber, because YouTube. Now, getting right into this story, there's been a lot of theories about the Grand Priest and Zeno and what exactly is going on with the Tournament of Power. The hierarchy of the gods and the angels has been a really cool aspect of Dragon Ball Super that Toriyama has slowly been informing the fans of as we go on. Now, the Grand Priest himself is such an interesting character because he appears to be so powerful. He is apparently the father of at least some of the angels, and yet he serves Zeno, or perhaps protects Zeno, and we're not really sure how that relationship works. There have been a lot of theories about how it's very similar to the way that the angels themselves take care of the gods of destruction. And now, with manga chapter 28 of Toyotaro's Dragon Ball Super Manga, we have just a little bit more information that lends credence to that theory. The Grand Priest is shown in this manga chapter with a staff very similar to the staff that Whis and Vados and all of the angels use. This just further drives home the point that he is indeed tethered to Zeno in a similar fashion that the way the angels are tied to the gods of destruction. This begs a couple of interesting questions. Number one, does this mean that he is actually more strong or more powerful than Zeno? Now, right away my gut reaction is just no, because I mean, think about how strong Zeno is. Zeno can just destroy universes. But what's interesting is if you look at the way Beerus destroyed Zamasu versus the way he destroys planets, there's a difference between the just destructive power that the gods of destruction are imbued with and their own ability as a fighter. I think they're kind of different. So Zeno, while having the power to destroy universes and destroy people, destroy almost anything, he might not be actually that much of a fighter. And it's possible that the Grand Priest is actually much stronger than Zeno when it comes to pure combat. He's definitely tethered, and I don't think he's able to just fight Zeno even if he wants to because of the way the hierarchy works. But it is possible that when it comes down to it, he could actually beat Zeno in a fight, especially if Zeno just tried to say like destroy and it just didn't work because he's, you know, an angel or whatever. Then I think that you could definitely see a scenario in which he is more powerful, which is really, really interesting. The other question that I really have here is, does this mean that Zeno is some kind of a god of destruction himself? And all we've really ever seen him do is destroy things, and if the relationship parallels that of the gods of destruction, I think it's pretty safe to say that Zeno is some kind of a god of destruction, maybe the pan-ultimate god of destruction or something to that effect. And, you know, that kind of leads credence to the fact that the Grand Priest could be stronger than him. Remember, when Beerus was first waking up and throwing some kind of a tantrum, Whis knocked him out because he was just simply destroying too much. So is it possible that the Grand Priest is able to stop Zeno, but only if he's destroying arguably too many things? Well, it's possible, and that actually leads me into my last question, which is it possible that this revelation about the relationship between Zeno and the Grand Priest, does that mean anything about the hidden agenda that the Grand Priest could have? And I say yes, because as I was just explaining, I think he has the ability and permission to stop Zeno, but only if Zeno is maybe doing something that's just considered out of the balance of whatever power is the governing powers of all of these entities, meaning the universal tournament or the tournament of power could be a way to make Zeno start destroying so many things that then the Grand Priest is able to act and reprimand him. There's also this theory that basically the angels are trying to destroy the universes so they are no longer tethered to gods of destruction, which would make them essentially free to do something they want to do, which, you know, I have no idea. What do you want to do if you're a crazy cosmic angel like that? I definitely don't know. Maybe go see that film Mother, that Aronofsky film, but I don't know. But that is pretty much all the information we have. According to the manga chapter 28, there is a staff that the Grand Priest uses. This makes us think that he is some kind of an attendant for Zeno-sama, and it also makes me think that Zeno is some kind of a god of destruction, some kind of pan-ultimate god of destruction, which is crazy. But what do you think? Do you think that the Grand Priest and Zeno are tethered in this sort of way? Do you think that the Grand Priest is stronger than Zeno? And what do you think the Grand Priest's ultimate plan is if he is trying to manipulate the tournament of power? Really interested to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!